Hello everybody, what's up? Today I thought I would just turn my recording software on and give a quick kind of rambled review of Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm not very good at putting together my words, so I hope that this is cohesive enough for you guys to understand and appreciate, but my plan is to just kind of say what I feel and let's see how it goes. So the first thing that I want to talk about are the game's graphics. They look incredible. I've played this game on PlayStation 4 and PC. I'm running it at 1080p high settings, and the game does look absolutely incredible. New York City under the snow looks very, very beautiful, and I think that Insomniac did an excellent job capturing that Christmas feel in this game. No matter what platform you play it on, I think you're going to have a good graphical experience. The soundtrack is also very good. The music that Miles listens to really bleeds his personality through to the user, to the player, I should say. I think it does an excellent job helping me kind of understand his character listen to me. Better is what I meant to say. It helps you to understand his character better and connect with him on a more personal level. Because you don't really hear Peter Parker's playlist that much in Spider-Man Remastered, if at all. I don't actually think that you do. And hearing what Miles is listening to is just a really good character thing. It's just a plus, if that makes any sense, to the already excellent writing that he receives in this game. I really appreciate that they left that in. It really helps you connect with his character. Aside from that, the web swinging is great. Still slightly unrealistic. I kind of wish that when your web attached to something 20 feet to your left or right, that you would swing in an arc around it, or perhaps touch the ground and have to get back into swinging through a jump or something. Even if they substituted it with an animation where you hit the ground and jump right back up like that, which you can do manually, but the game doesn't force you to, it keeps you up. I think that that would be a welcome addition to kind of make the web swinging more rewarding, a little less given to you in terms of control. Not to say that this web swinging isn't somewhat difficult sometimes. I've known people that have played this game that have said that the web swinging felt difficult, and when I first started playing this game again on PC, and I played it on PlayStation like I said, both times it did take me a little bit of time to get used to the web swinging, just because it is kind of a nuanced web swinging system, but you're not going to be hitting the ground and walking and having to jump back into the air like you would in Spider-Man 2, which I don't know. I don't necessarily want to have to walk on the ground, but like I said, just a little more, how do I put it, complexity to the web swinging would be nice once you've mastered this system. It doesn't necessarily become old, but you do start wondering what else they could do with it. Aside from that, the animation work is beautiful. I mean, I could just swing. I'm using one hand, WASD, Shift, and Spacebar, all 5 fingers, and just watch this. Look at these amazing animations. Miles will do some incredible things. We can do the tricks in the air by pressing and holding T and then pressing WASD. We're gonna keep swinging around and just see if we can get the best animation. My favorite one is where he turns around and he swings looking at the camera while upside down. I think that one's really cool. Come on. You gonna show it to us? Alright, you know what? If it happens, it happens, but if not, maybe I can cut it in or something, but it might happen. If it does, I'll point it out. And the animation work in combat is also excellent. If I come across a fight here in a second, I will show that off to you guys. It looks very good. But, yeah, animations are excellent. Oh, there we go. We got a crime. Still one hand. Oh, there we go. Did you see that? That is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Look at this. Look at these amazingly smooth transitions. How he flew through those. We can come over here, throw ourselves over the building. We can dive. Bam. And let's go ahead and take out these enemies. You can see also how excellent these animations are. We have our typical dodge moves, our web moves. We can do the swing kick, throw the enemy down. Also a pretty good showcase of the combat, which is the next thing I was going to talk about. This game, if you've played Spider-Man Remastered, basically maintains that same combat experience, except this game adds the Venom Punch, which you can see right here. That's one in the air. We also have the Venom Dash. Whoa. I kind of forgot how to do it. I think it was, there we go. That's how you do the Venom Dash. And then we have the Venom Launch, which, if we go to our web selecting tool here, we can do Gravity Well, and watch this. Bam. We can take out these enemies very fast thanks to this move. Very, very cool addition to the combat, in my opinion. I really, really appreciate it. I think it's really good. Oh, we got more. Oh, I really messed that up. So yeah, combat's excellent. If you played Remastered, like I said, you've got a lot of the same here, but the Venom Punch really does a lot to spice it up. I really like it. I guess we could talk about the story and the characters now. I think my biggest gripe with this game when it first... Well, I didn't play it when it first came out, and I had a lot of it spoiled for me, to be totally honest. But the first time I played it was summer 2022, and I really kind of disliked this game. I had a lot of issues with it, mostly due to the fact that I didn't connect to the characters of the story. Now, at the time, I was playing it on a PlayStation 4 through my television. I didn't have headphones on, which really does make a difference, in my opinion, to the overall experience in a game. Okay, well, we lost that fight. That's fine, though. I think that being able to hear it through headphones is really, really cool. It kind of brings you into the game more. And I have to be totally honest, because, in my opinion, with the soundtrack being as good as it is and how much it adds to Miles Morales as a character, I really feel like you should play this game with headphones. So, oh, there's another, there we go. Look at those excellent animations. It's absolutely amazing. So, yeah, my biggest issue was the story. I just didn't really connect to it the same way that I did Spider-Man PS4. And, you know, that's okay. I didn't really, like, hold anything against the game. I just thought, like, wow, I was just disappointed in that. You know, I just had, like, that kind of meh feeling. A little bit aggravated, I think, because it wasn't what I expected. But that's not the game's fault. That was totally my fault. And I knew as soon as Spider-Man Remastered came out, and I replayed through that game, poured almost 80 hours into it, by the way, I knew that I was going to have that same resurgence of love for this game. And I was totally right. When this game dropped on PC, I played it and I adored it, and I had a totally different perspective on it. I played it with headphones on mouse and keyboard, and I think that this game is absolutely incredible. Now, I still have some gripes with the stories, and I'm not going to go into any spoilers right now. I might do that in a separate video if you guys like this video. But there are some things that happen in this game's story that I just don't like. Now, what I will say about the story is it's very short and concise. I think that the pacing of this game is good enough that it's not going to have you hating the story, even if you have the same issues that I have. The game does a rather good job keeping you moving from one thing to the next and keeping things interesting. So, I'll give it that. I do think the writing is pretty good. I understand characters' motivations, whether they're justifiable or not, and I think the best thing about this game's story is just the relationship that Miles has with his mother and Genki, and also with his friend Finn, but more so, in my opinion, with his mother Rio and Genki. Genki especially. I love Rio, but Genki and Miles' relationship in this game is just absolutely spectacular. He is an excellent sidekick. He does a lot to help Miles. You can tell that he really cares, and I love how he was implemented in this game through phone calls, similar to Mary Jane's role in Spider-Man Remastered, just a lot less sass between Spider-Man and Genki because they're not in a relationship like Peter and Mary Jane were. So I think that that is very interesting how they utilized him. I think they did an excellent job with this character, and I think that Genki is a character I would love to see return in future games, maybe Spider-Man 2. Aside from that, the story does an excellent job kind of moving you forward in Miles' storyline from Spider-Man Remastered. You know, we meet him in Spider-Man PS4 Remastered, and he's an interesting character. There's just not much to Miles yet, you know. He goes through some hardships in Spider-Man Remastered, and that does kind of change his character. But him being turned into Spider-Man, in my opinion, felt a little ham-fisted in that game. I kind of wish they had come up with more like Into the Spider-Verse. I love the way that he became Spider-Man in that movie. But in Spider-Man PS4, it just happened in more of an unbelievable way, in my opinion. And I just didn't really care about Miles that much. I thought he was cool. I thought he was funny. He was very likable. And I knew that he would have a very good friendship with Peter Parker. And I was excited for that when this game came out. And like I said, first time I didn't really care. But on replaying it, I love it. I think Miles Morales might be... I'm not going to say that he is, because I love Peter Parker, and I haven't spent enough time with Miles Morales yet to definitively say this, but he very might well be my favorite Spider-Man character. At least of the past, only the Lord knows how many years, okay? I loved Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I love Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Peter and Spider-Man for both of them, and I enjoyed Tom Holland in No Way Home, not so much anything else that he did as Spider-Man, but I did love No Way Home. But it's not on the same level as these games. Spider-Man Remastered has my favorite Peter ever. Hands down. In a video game, probably even in a movie. I love you, Andrew, but I love Yuri Lowenthal's performance as Spider-Man, Peter Parker. He does an amazing job. They knocked it out of the park. And I guess what I was craving was that same sort of thing from Miles. Just didn't have it yet. And the first time I played this game, I kind of resented it for being short. I didn't like the story. I didn't connect to it. So I felt like I just didn't care. And upon replaying it, I can say they did an amazing job fleshing out Miles' character. If you've never played, or maybe I shouldn't say that. If you've never read a comic with Miles Morales, or maybe I guess I could say this, played a Spider-Man game that has him in it, or seen anything with him in it, some of the cartoons, stuff like that, then this is the game for you. If you want to learn about Miles as a character and you want to see a good version of Miles Morales, I would recommend playing this. And, of course, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is another excellent Miles Morales story. That was actually the first exposure I had to Miles Morales outside of knowing of his existence purely based on words that I heard from other people. I think one of my dad's friends told me a long time, or he told my dad because I was into Spider-Man, that there was a black Spider-Man now. He was super into comics. And I remember him being totally blown away with the fact that they had done something like this, because it's just not something that was really done before. Spider-Man really proved through its comic books, games, stuff like that, not the movies yet, but soon, except for Into the Spider-Verse, that you can change a superhero's race or sex, and that's okay. What matters is the character a good character? Do you care about their motivations? Do you support what they do? Do you sympathize with their stories? And I totally do with Miles Morales. I do with tons of Spider-Man characters that are not Peter Parker at this point. And when I was a little kid, I just could not wrap my brain around that. I was like, Spider-Man? He's not, how could he be Spider-Man? Well, he is. Because Spider-Man is not a person. Spider-Man is an identity. And it's the identity that somebody would take up if they wanted to help you. I don't even think you'd have to be able to swing around and climb walls to be a Spider-Man, you know what I mean? I think as long as you do amazing good things for people and you take care of those around you and you're a good person, I think we all have a little Spider-Man inside of us. And this game did an excellent job finally helping me to realize, okay, Spider-Man doesn't have to be Peter Parker. And I really appreciate this game for opening my eyes to that. And I absolutely adore Miles now. I cannot wait to see what happens between him and Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2. So on that basis, the story did an excellent job. I may not like how certain things happen in it, but when it comes to characters, Miles is amazing. Rio is great. Genki's hilarious. He's a great side character. And I absolutely love what they did with the world space and the characters that inhabit it in this game. They did an excellent job. And yeah, that was pretty much the last thing that I wanted to cover, honestly, the story and characters. I guess I could go a little more in-depth on the characters, but I kind of already said what I need to. There are a couple characters that I didn't mention, like, Miles' Uncle Aaron Davis. He's in the game. They did some really cool things to this character. He's nice. He's not around, like, too much or anything like that, but it's nice to see Spider-Man have an uncle in the video game format now. It's been a long time. And he's a pretty good character. I like him a lot. I think we have a lot more to see from him in the future. I feel like he would make a great returning character. And then we have Miles' other friend that I didn't mention aside from Genki. Her name is Finn. She's also a good character. She has tons of personal motivations for events that happen in this game, and her relationship with Miles is definitely something you can tell meant a lot to her and Miles. And I think that would be a character I'd like to see back in the future also. Aside from that, Peter Parker's in the game for a little bit at the beginning. He's Peter Parker-y as ever. He doesn't really do that much or serve much of a purpose in this game, except for kind of kicking off the plot of leaving Miles to kind of handle everything by himself. And, yeah, when he's here, it's great. I do think it's a little weird what happens with him at the beginning of the game. Let's just put it this way. He gets into combat with Rhino, and the outcome for Peter is not what I expected. I totally understand it from a storytelling perspective. Oh, I'm messing up all my words. I understand it from a storytelling perspective because it really gave Miles a moment to shine. But it was just strange after playing remastered. I was like, oh, I thought he could handle this, but everybody has their moments of weakness, and I think that's just what Peter was having at the beginning of the game. And aside from that, yeah, I mean, those are pretty much the main characters I'm going to talk about, other than maybe Simon Krieger, who is the head of Roxxon. I'm just going to be honest, I really can't stand him. He runs this company, and he's just not very likable. At first, he kind of is, but he just reeks of, like, ego, and I can't stand people with huge egos, and he's definitely got an ego to him. So, I'll let you guys play the game and come to the conclusion about how you feel about him on your own. You're probably not going to like him. Hey, maybe there are some Simon Krieger fans out there, but I definitely didn't like him. And with all that being said, like I said at the beginning of this video, I highly recommend this game. I'm a little conflicted on the price. I would say that if you are a hardcore Spider-Man fan and money does not matter to you, you have the money, and you just want to play another amazing Spider-Man game, this game is totally justifiable at the $50 price tag. However, if money's a little tough for you, maybe you have a PlayStation or a PS4 or PS5, maybe look for this game used online or maybe at a local GameStop, somewhere like that. If you could get this game for a discount, maybe 30, 40 bucks or even cheaper, then I think it's a no-brainer. But you can't really do that on PC, unfortunately, because physical copies just don't really exist. Unfortunately, I really do think that that's an unfortunate thing, because I feel like having the physical option really, really opens up the gates to experiencing some of these games that otherwise some people might not. So, I would say if you have a PC like I do, and this is how you're playing the game, and you are a mega Spider-Man fan, you don't mind spending the extra money for a game that maybe doesn't justify it. Simply, I would say this game doesn't justify the price tag of $50 just because it's not got $50 worth of content, in my opinion. I mean, you can 100% this game in like 5 to 10 hours, which is ridiculously short. Spider-Man Remastered took me 60 hours to 100%. Okay? That's a long game. And the game is just way longer in general. So, I just wanted to let you guys know that. It's a shorter game, about 4 or 5 hours. And for that reason, unless you're a super fan with the money to burn, I would recommend waiting for this game to go on sale. I think that $30 would be an incredibly reasonable price tag for this game. I would recommend it to anybody at that price. But $50 is a little bit of a harder bite to chew, simply because the game is lacking content. But I will say this, no matter how much you spend on the game, as long as it's $50 or below, I think that Spider-Man fan or not, you will have a very good time with this game. I think that Insomniac did an amazing job again, and I definitely recommend checking this game out. I think I would give this game a 9 to 9.5 out of 10, for sure. I wouldn't quite give it a 10 because of my reservations with the story, but I definitely think the game is amazing. I absolutely adore it, and I think it's worth playing. And, yeah, with that being said, it has been your friend, No Viewers here. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, of course, and you want to help my channel grow, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you don't miss my future uploads. And be sure to spread love and positivity in the comments. Let me know what you think of the game down below. Let me know if I did a good job reviewing this game, and if you have any thoughts about how I can improve this for you guys so that it's more entertaining for you, the viewers, of course. But then again, my name is No Viewers, so I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, I will see you all very soon.